Hey people, we're doing something a bit different today. We're going to talk about Chiron in Libra. So this, more than other videos, requires a disclaimer. Why? Because Chiron is all about the wounded healer. It has a lot to do with our trauma that's ongoing in our lives. And because I like to look at astrology more than I do psychology or like nervous system training, I'm not qualified to teach you how to heal your Chiron. I'm just qualified to identify or help you understand what may be going on with that placement. If you don't know the mythology of Chiron, definitely look into it. Basically, he is suffering his whole life in one way. He continues to experience the same pain over and over again. And rather than the focus be overcoming it, the focus is to get so good at handling this that he can help other people how to deal with that same challenge. It represents the area where you really struggle so much, so you have to work. You've developed skills around it, and you're able to share the skill sets with other people. And now we need to touch on the Libra part. So Libra is all about the diplomat, the judge, the one making the decisions. She's very beautiful, Venusian, ruled by air. And she is a little bit wishy-washy, but she's very well liked, respected, sociable, classy, proper, politically correct. It's essential to say that Libra rules over the 7th house, which has to do with key partnerships, not only marriage, but also your best friends, your closest business partners, as well as open enemies. It's more serious than the 11th house. The 11th house is sort of the general network, whereas the 7th house is more like immediate connections. You can be fucked by your immediate connections, really. Backstabbed by some of the most important people close to you, or not even backstabbed, but it's just going to cause you unnecessary suffering and beef. You may get into trouble, whether on accident or on purpose. This depends on a lot of things. You may have issues with being punished for maybe who you marry, who you're involved with very closely. You know, there could be a big scandal or big scandals with your friends, or you may be tossed away by your closest people due to a scandal. So that's one thing to note. You also may have one of these partners get into a scandal that then hurts your reputation. The positive side of this is that you're going to learn who you can trust, who you want to put your money on, who you want to invest with. You're going to learn who not to trust, who not to lean into. And with that, you're going to make much smarter choices of who you get involved in. It doesn't mean you're not going to feel pain. You're not going to experience hardship with these new people as you move forward with your life. It just means you're going to be smarter at managing yourself when crisis hits, okay? And so it's not that we don't trust anyone. We want to love. We want to have close, immediate connections. We thrive with that, and we need to have them. And we're going to become very good at managing them. So what I noticed personally is that I can sometimes get into trouble when I try to create balance. Okay, now that sounds crazy, but hear me out. Let's say somebody does some shit to you and, you know, tries to walk all over you, treat you like a doormat, whatever it is. And it's not okay. You deserve better, and you need to stand up for yourself. So you decide, all right, not letting it happen this time, not letting it slide. I need to hand their asses back to them, right? Somehow, some way. So you get on in there and you say your piece. But you maybe went too far. You maybe said some shit that you can't take back, did some shit that you can't take back. You may have embarrassed yourself. You may have embarrassed the wrong person, and you're going to get punished for it. So on one hand, if you don't say anything and you just let people walk all over you, it's like, well, you know, she's a doormat. She just lets people do that to her. She lets her husband do that, blah, 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 blah. But then if you speak up and get, you know, if you like acknowledge the situation and get in people's faces about it, you may not deliver it well enough. Like you need to build up the skill, you know, like, standing up for yourself is not easy. There are repercussions. You can get fired. You can get, removed from contracts and wills and I don't know, various things. So you need to really watch your mouth. That's why we need to get very good at being a calm Libra and breathing and meditating and responding rather than reacting. Sometimes it's about realizing, look, better off that I look like a doormat right now than I go in there and make a mess publicly. Right? Right. And you're going to be embarrassed. Someone's going to do you dirty, and then it's going to be like, oh, she did that. It's so toxic. We don't want to be a part of it. Or about your spouse or your best friend or your business partner, and then you're going to lose your deals. You no longer can chill and party and be merry and make money with certain people because, you ruined your chance. And, never mind, you had 10 years working with them, 1 year working with them, 7 years living with them. It can take one day where they're just like, I find you a bit too much. Bye. And the connection is erased. And you're like, all that work for nothing. Wow. All of that love and care and attention and nurturance for nothing. Okay. Whatever. The other thing about Libra is she's very popular. So when you have Chiron here, you can go to the hottest new girl on the block to the biggest loser. You can be really cute, but you're going to piss off the wrong person even entirely without you knowing. And suddenly you're like, wait, everyone's gone. I thought these people liked me. And you don't even know what happened. Really, this has straight up happened to me so many times where suddenly no one's talking to me and I know that nothing really happened. Having haters, but then also not even being popular. It's like, I'm not even cool. Like, why are you hating on me so much? You have more than I do. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, make it make sense. If you're gonna hate, at least have a reason. It's not like you're not pretty or you're not smart. Like, everybody has something. Why are you hating on me? I'm not trying to take shit from you. Venus and Libra are very beautiful, and so you can be punished strictly for your looks more than some other pretty people are. And yes, even if you're not the prettiest. Whatever shit that you do, you are worthy of love, dignity, respect, care, attention, the help that you need. I don't care what you did. You are born into your body and your brain, and you have this spirit. You were born to be here. You have every right to receive those things. You control who takes your dignity away. Now, when some of these people come at you or ghost you or whatever it is, remember that you are the only one that can give your dignity away. You can always hold your chin up. You may have lost your crown, but you have control of where your chin is sitting. Okay, so you just walk on out with your chin up. Walk in with your chin up, okay? And yes, if you make mistakes, you're going to have to deal with the consequences. Yes, and you're going to deal with them, and you're going to live through them, and you're going to learn. It's never too late to show him who's boss, okay? You have more opportunities. You're alive. You're breathing. I'm going to tell you now that people see your indecisiveness, and they're going to use that as leverage to manipulate you.
When dealing with enemies, make sure that they know you're not onto them. So avoid talking to anybody in their circles who could share that information with them. Make sure that you just play it really cool. Breathe, take it calm. Don't show that you're triggered or anything at all. Don't get angry at them. Try to just ice it out. And that way, it's not going to fuel whatever is feeding into their ego. Remember that they're probably lacking in confidence and they see you as a threat. And so it is best that you continue to do your thing, but try to avoid being in their face a lot. And then this will get them to kind of chill out, hopefully. And then later on, you can see if it's still the same.
You want to be diplomatic and correct and pretty, and people will hold that against you to manipulate you also. So yeah, just be mindful of that. You attract a lot of love, and yeah, sometimes the people that you love will hurt you, and it's going to be hard to deal with it and overcome it. but you are a love magnet, and you're gonna find it over and over and over again. And there's always more opportunities to do it better, to do it more right. You can always come back and be a better lover, if not for the same person, then for a new person. I just really want you to take away from this that you are always deserving of loyalty, love, care, appreciation. Have a therapist or somebody you can call educated in psychology, nervous system, trauma. Like, have somebody on dial for when shit hits the fan, because we can't really foresee this kind of stuff. It's going to be really hard for you to trust. So find a professional who you can speak to. That way you can protect yourself. Because sometimes speaking with your closest people is not enough, because everybody's dealing with their own thing. Everybody's connected to you. And it's just safer sometimes to have that outside person. And when you get frustrated over these issues, just remember that everybody with their Chiron in Libra probably feels the same way as you do. And we're not alone. And it's not to diminish you or whatever you're experiencing, but it's just to not feel like you're the only person suffering from these issues. Congratulations that you stand up for yourself and that you want to achieve that balance, and you deserve it. So I hope that you find it in your life.